We've seen previously compete on LAN at Gamers 8-2. He's done well through this bracket so far. They're currently 1-1 in those 1v1s with Razirs. The 2v2 is actually decent for them as well. 3 wins and 1 loss. The 3v3 is a very good record. They are 7-2 right now in the 3v3. So Monkeys have got a good shot here when they face the full roster of the French might.
Let's see how they're going to do. Looking every bit like a top-tier team, our Monkeys, to make it here in the 3v3s. No weakness for them. As you mentioned earlier, Stumpy, if they are to take down Vitality, they have to win this first game. In this format where the team who's survived through the upper bracket has the 1-game lead, you always think that first one is pivotal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it also comes down to the fact that no matter what Monkeys pick then to pick their poison, essentially, is it going to be 2s or 1s versus Vitality? Vitality are unbeaten in both of them, so you have to try and think which one do we have the better chance in. It's going to be the 2v2, I imagine. No one's going to be going up against Zen, but again, we'd love to see Razirs give it a good go. Zen being challenged, Matane having an incredibly strong 50-50, getting on the workout bench this morning. Smokes up towards that backboard, actually fakes it low with the reset. Zen to get not the best clear. That goes top corner. Razirs, the man we were speaking about to challenge Zen, gets the opener.
It was Smokes, the Northern Irishman, getting that 50-50 via a flip reset as well. I don't know if he used it in the end, but it certainly made Vitality have something to think about. And Razirs was in the right place at the right time to smash that one home, 119 kilometers per hour. And it's a great start for Monkeys. That's what they've been doing throughout this tournament. Attacking as a trio, moving forward as one. Confident play from them. By no means, Stumpy, will they be overawed by Team Vitality.
And full confidence is absolutely going to have to be how they approach this series too. They can't go into any of these games thinking, right, let's sit back a little bit. Oh, Zen scored a triple reset. Like, you can't do that. You will lose straight up if you try to. Smokes there. A fantastic turn on that sidewall to challenge Alpha before he can get particularly far. The ball being bounced along by Radosin onto the opposite wall. Now Razirs into the corner with 60 boost. He can challenge versus Alpha, but Alpha's going to win that fight. And the second fight, can he get the triple knockout? Not on this chance.
Territory, though, fully belongs to Monkeys. The ball's barely been in their own half, and they've just doubled their lead straight away.
The pressure is unrelentless. Smokes going up, actually throwing up a little bit of a smoke screen. Radosin and Zen both being caught out by that. He can then land and get that second touch. Zen can't save it away, and that's 2 for the Monkeys.
The Smokes screen could well be the signature move of this man. Up and coming, starting to make his name in this world. And if we see it from him again, maybe that'll be his thing. But they're coming forward again, Monkeys, as Razirs tries to force that one into the top corner. Not quite there. Vitality shooketh at the moment, Stumpy. It's the first time they've really been challenged for sustained periods of time.
Yeah, Vitality, I think, are used to a lot of teams trying to sit back and then just failing. However, the fact that we're seeing Monkeys push them as hard as they can and making it a tough battle as well for the third, Monkeys are challenging Vitality's crown.
On the desk, the question was, can they get themselves a game? Well, all they have to do is hold on for the last 3 minutes with a 3-goal lead, and they will have done that. And I'd say that is par for them. Against Team Vitality, get yourself a game, get yourself on the scoreboard, and then learn from whatever else happens ahead of Gamers 8. But the way they've started, they're going to be starting to fancy themselves in this series to send that top prize to the charity of their choice. They're playing brilliantly, but Alpha, we haven't talked about his mechanics anywhere near enough in the last month or so of all the Zen talk. We have to remember, he's an old master himself.
Yeah, he showed off a lot in this tournament too. He's managed to get some fantastic goals. It's not all just been the Zen show. We keep trying to make sure that's completely clear. However, Alpha has been clearly grinding those mechanics. Has been making sure that he is staying as a top dog. And with Zen on your team, I feel like you have to look at what's possible in the game every single time you scrim and think, I need to be able to do that as well. What Zen does now will, in a few years, look completely normal in the RLCS.
And with Alpha as well, I mean, there's been a lot of talk over the years of him not playing the game enough. But in all these brilliant VTs and interviews we've had from the Gamers Without Borders production team, every time the camera cuts to Alpha, he's saying something positive about Rocket League. Have you noticed that? It's always like, I wouldn't change anything in the game. I love it. My favorite moment is this. I'm happiest when playing Rocket League. He's just having such a good time enjoying his game at the moment, and it has been coming through in his gameplay. But he has to get something going in this game, because while I've been chatting, no goals have gone in for Vitality. Alpha's going to try and force one, but it's well saved again by Monkeys and again by Matane, beating Vitality away, unable to break their own deadlock.
It's not just their offense that's been so fantastic. Monkeys have made sure that Vitality, whenever they've been having these shots, they then send them into the corners. They're making sure that a teammate is there to clear up, to get that 2-man clear away with a final 90 seconds and a big fat musty into the top right corner. Matane can save that one away again. Radosin down towards Zen, but Razirs from the ceiling. Fantastic movement all across the board. And now on the counter-attack, Smokes absolutely smashed into the back of Razirs. Now it's a chance for Vitality.
Oh, pre-jump.
Pre-jump, some filth. link-up between Zen and Alpha is monstrous.
That's what the people want to see. Zen doing the simple work. Alpha's already up, and the finish wasn't too bad either. Even with Matane getting a hit, he can only take a chunk out of it. And it's 3-1 now. Vitality, a couple of goals needed and plenty of time to make it happen.
With his confidence from Monkeys as well, I'm not so sure we're going to see a 2v2. Raziers has played out of his mind in this first game. Maybe he's thinking he's confident against Zen in a 1v1. I'd love to see that, but we've still got a minute, and Monkeys need to hold on to this 3-1 lead.
Well, don't forget, it'll be Vitality's choice if they do lose this 3v3, so it's completely up to what Vitality... I know. It's been so long since Vitality have lost a game.
I was so used to just thinking, well, Monkeys pick it. But no, you're completely right. Yeah, Vitality will be picking if they lose this one.
Well, it's looking more and more likely as the seconds tick by, but Matane can only put that one towards Alpha. He's coming forward. What can he conjure up? The old master. Radosin's a little bit trapped there in the corner, wants to get this ball forward as quickly as he can. Zen's coming around. Radosin wants to get involved as well. Vitality a little bit desperate coming forward. They just can't get the ball to fall for them. And Smokes, the recipient, flicks it away and buys his team a few more seconds.
Radosin in the midfield with just about 50 boost. Leaves the shot down to Alpha. Fakes that one away. I will call it a fake. And Zen comes in for the shot, but the two-man defense from Monkeys keeps it clear.
Looking like Monkeys are going to be able to see it away now. They've done everything right. Even that slightly hairy moment when the fake came in, two Monkeys players were on it instantly. That is the very epitome, Stumpy, of a good double commit.
The next 5 seconds is going to be Matane trying to get the fourth for Monkeys. And who in chat, and please be honest with me right now, said, yeah, you know what, Monkeys going to be winning game number 1. Monkeys are going to be able to take the 3v3 versus Vitality. Just put a 1. Put a 1 if you genuinely thought that before this series, because I don't believe any of you.
So you've asked them to do something and then told them that even if they do it and did mean it, you don't believe them anyway?
But they want to do it to please me.
I see. All right, well, we'll see how many ones come in, chat. There's a couple of ones.
So many ones.
Everyone thought it. Everyone thought it. Everyone knew that Monkeys were going to take game 1. And do you know what, Stumpy? My goodness, did they deserve it. What a brilliant performance from Monkeys.
In what? It was in 2 minutes they managed to get their first 3 goals. Well, they're only 3 goals, but in 2 minutes they got 3 goals versus Vitality, a team that in this tournament have dropped 2 games in total. Like, that kind of dominance is not easy to break through, and they deliver Vitality their third 3v3 loss in the entire competition so far. But now, we see Vitality pick their game mode. They're going what? They're going ones. They're obviously going ones, right?
Yes, I think that they are 100% going ones. Raziers is playing brilliantly, don't get me wrong. The German has got history in Gamers Without Borders and game... Actually, no, not in Gamers Without Borders. He was brought in after Gamers Without Borders last season. But history in Gamers 8 on the big stage in Saudi Arabia. He's at the top of his game. But...
Here we go.
It's
just one loaded in. He's back out.
You get your...
It's a 0v0.
Ooh, that's never been done before.
See where the wind blows the ball.
That'd be great. I'd watch that. It would be like the 24-hour spinning ball stream from way back when. Let's see.
Who remembers that?
Oh, it's Twitch, chat. They all remember. They'll all be like, oh, of course I remember it.
Right, chat. Me, smiley face, if you remember the spinning ball stream.
You know they're going to lie.
I know they're going to lie. They're all filthy, dirty liars. I know it.
Well, it's not a 0v0. There is no spinning ball here. Unless Raziers can keep it on his schnoz for a few more minutes. He doesn't need to. It's the late flip, and it's 1-0 Raziers.
In 9 seconds, Raziers. In 9 seconds, you go to that right wall, get the reset, fake it low then for Zen, who has been doing so many fakes on previous opponents. In Jorias, he got faked 3 times in a row, bless him. We were in the green room just being like, oh no.
What start? Well done, Raziers. Keep it going, son. And maybe, just maybe, Monkeys can get an unexpected lead in this series, but Zen is going to come straight back. He's got no boost until he grabs that 100. Charges down Raziers quickly, and I think Zen's going to want to return the favor as soon as possible. Something mechanical, something spicy. Maybe this is it. He touches the ceiling. He kisses it on his way and gets it over the top of Raziers. Of course he does.
Only took 20 more seconds for Zen to turn it on, and to the ceiling is his mantra. Gets that reset, back behind Raziers as well from that angle, which is phenomenal. And in the end, Vitality, they get that one back. And Zen, he's going to be on this warpath now.
But I mean, coming in just after beating Jorias is Raziers. That's got to give you a boatload of confidence, even up against Zen.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, with Zen, you look at his 1v1s and you think, okay, he's completely unbeatable. Of course, he's been beaten by Rawat, etc. He is not facing off in the European side because, shock, he's from the Middle East. Instead, you've got Raziers. I mean,
Psycho there, by the way.
Tempting another Psycho, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Doesn't get it that time, unfortunately. But that's going to be something that Raziz has to look out for.
Yeah, you could tell with how wide Razier's rotation was. He completely forgot that Zen has always got those in his back pocket. He has to be careful. That's what makes Zen so scary. You know, any angle is unsafe from him, especially when he can flick that one. It's just going over the top. Razier just gets a gentle touch past Zen there. Wants to get a little bit of control of this ball. Zen might have actually overcommitted, lingering underneath the ball, and Razier punishes him.
So, Johnny was saying previously that he reckons Razier and Jorias are the closest opponents in this competition. Jorias really pushed Zen. Jorias forced Zen to go for some huge plays to actually work his way out. Yes, the game ended up 11-5. Like, it was a huge win in the end. But he still pushed him. He made Zen go for crazy plays. I think Razier is going to do something very similar, and especially if he's going to be punishing all these counter plays. Zen with the in and out save, and then going back central with it. That's a bounce on the sidewall. Should be completely open for him. He's got enough boost. He's got the angle, but he whiffs.
A collector's item right there. Ladies and gentlemen, in 50 years, you'll be able to say, I was here the day Zen, the new French genius on the block, missed an open net. Maybe he'll make up for it right now. He's got boost over the top underneath Razier, who's been reading it. Maybe he was watching that series earlier on against Jorias, expecting these fakes. Will Zen try this time? Just a clean 50. A little wave dash to chase the ball, but he's going to have to get control of this game soon, Stumpy, because Razier is definitely seeming like he's going to get one over him.
That's going to be another open net as well. The angle is found too, and Razier yet again finding Zen on that push too far up. The pinch going remarkably well for Razier, admittedly, but he can score those tight angles where Zen just couldn't.
More good play from Razier. He's reading what Zen is throwing down at the moment. Zen, what I would say, is having a lot of opportunities to make his solo plays. Maybe Razier could focus a little bit on charging him down just a bit faster. But who am I to say? Because it does seem to be working. That's Razier's trying just that, just trying to rush Zen. But Zen gets over the top. Is he going to leave it here? He goes for the bump. Razier survives again, and he's going to get a turnaround goal. Razier's just completely reading Zen at the moment.
I love his patience. I love that Razier keeps seeing Zen go for these, where normally he would score. Normally he's going to be getting those bumps, he'd be getting those top corner flicks. All of them will be working. However, Razier just waits back a little bit, holds it off, makes sure that Zen has to go for huge plays, and when they don't work, it's an open net at the other end. Yeah, it's high risk from him. Zen going for another play, manages to challenge that with a fantastic vertical cast so that he can challenge both high and low. Now Zen again with 46 boost goes for a fake, but Razier's reading him time and time again. He picked up one of those language apps because he is starting to read French fluently.
Here's Zen in the corner, has to get past Razier and does so. Can he prod this one goalwards? Yes, he can. Razier just couldn't quite catch up with Zen, and there's only 2 goals in it.
With 2 minutes left as well, plenty of time for this game to go either way. Just about beating up Razier. You saw him pick up a couple of pads on the way up to that ball too, just so we could flick it round. Razier, he has impressed me massively.
He always does in this competition. He did the same thing last year.
He did.
You know, he'd made RLCS. I think he'd made 1 RLCS when he went to Gamers 8.
He was your rookie of the...
He was. Yeah. I didn't know that he'd made Spring 2 the Dacia Cup or whatever, mate. I'm sorry, sue me, okay? I missed that one. I didn't miss it, I watched it, but I forgot that. Anyway, it's 4-3.
You're probably working it in fairness if it was also
yeah, probably.
1 minute 45, Zen manages to sneak another one back by just tipping over the top of Razier. Fantastic movement from him. Minute 45, Zen starting to turn it on. Those gears are whirring. I don't know what gear is in French, le gear, but it is also le whirring.
Here's Razier's doing some German gear whirring, de gear and de whirring. Zen's gonna just try and tempt him to come forward. It definitely seems to have settled into a series of Zen coming forward, Razier's defending and trying to counter. That one's going to sneak in off the crossbar. I think Razier thought he had it covered.
I think he did, but Zen, the nice movement round, goes high with it and then threatens the edge roll bump. Razier has to wait low, then he jumps, gets clipped by Zen on his way up, and in the end, can't quite manage to get that touch in the end without 4-all, 1 minute 30. Chance for Zen off this kickoff. It's nice. It goes into the opposite corner, and Razier's low on boost. Zen has a chance to shoot there, but instead slows it down, goes up high, and the sky is where Zen absolutely thrives.
Yeah, and Raziers is letting him go up there time and time again. Zen has started to understand the way Raziers is defending, and I think this is the point with just over a minute left where Raziers is going to have to change his pacing. Zen has downloaded it. He understands when Raziers is going to go, when he's not.
And Raziers plays closeted and close to the ball too. He wants to get those close shadows and then try to just strike out a shot on the counter-attack as often as he possibly can. Zen, he's learned that. He's going for these close challenges. That's going to be an open net miss until thankfully Raziers is in position to score the second one. 10 goals scored, 5 apiece. And we were saying that Zen had started to learn Raziers' game, and he starts to speed it up for his 5th goal.
Exactly what he had to do, and well done as well, because there was definitely a slide that was happening, and Zen was starting to pull away. And of all the players in the world that you don't want to gift momentum, it has to be Zen, and that's more good play from Raziers. Faking the kickoff, changing things, stopping himself being too predictable, and now he has a little bit of control. Round to the corner he goes. Can he just break through Zen's defense right now? He's going to do a little fake and then try to go over the top. Zen not only gets the save, then also gets the perfect setup for his next goal, and it's 6-5 to him.
Really nice play there from Zen too. On his goal line, sees that Raziers is going to go for the low air dribble, but more just like a pop and a bump. And Zen can then send it down the opposite side. Starting to play the counter-attack style of his own now.
50 seconds, and whatever happens from here, Stumpy, Raziers, what a performance this has been against a 1v1 player in form with the hype, who's been just destroying everyone, especially in this competition. This hasn't been destruction, but maybe Zen starting to pull away finally.
Yeah, he really is, and with 2 goals, there's still a lot of chance for Raziers to come back into it. However, Zen has he's changed his play style entirely. He's no longer going for the risky plays and then trying to get those wonder goals at the end of it. He's just going for simple, bit grounded, sometimes in the air, but staying with a close 50 because he believes that he is just a stronger car.
Raziers, though, is staying alive, clinging on to survival in this game. Doesn't want his team to go 2-1 down in the series. Remember, we will be back to 3v3 after this one, where last time around, Monkeys did win. Raziers takes to the sky, but his touch is a little bit heavy. Zen should be able to break through this one easily. Gives himself a 3-goal lead. It's not quite game over, but the fat lady is preparing to sing.
Zen with yet another great challenge. If you look at the first 2 minutes of this game, then you look at the final 2 minutes of this game, you will see Raziers start off with those big plays and then the counter-attacks. Oh, sorry, Zen's the big plays and then Raziers with the counter-attacks. And then you'll see now Raziers have to chase, go for those big plays and then try and get the counter-attacks himself. It's been such a momentum swing. And the final 15 seconds will not be enough for Raziers. Zen and Vitality, yes, they lost that 3v3, but they have brought it back in the 1v1. Zen continues and on his unbeaten streak, 4-0. The dominance from Zen is real. However, they head straight back into the gauntlet, and 2 more teammates join either side.
Raziers made it uncomfortable for Zen there, though. There was no time until the last 20 seconds or so where Zen was relaxing, playing freely, going upside down and turtling, all that silliness. It didn't look, with a minute left, like that's how the game was going to end. Raziers really made him work for every goal that he got.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with Raziers, too. Like, the fact that he's managed to get as many plays as he did and managed to get as many counter-attack goals as he did. When Zen, I think, had those chances to score, and yeah, there were some chances where Zen should have scored as well. The open net, he just sent it wide, you know, bits like that. But ultimately, the counter-attacks from Raziers were incredible. He went up 4-1 in the end, but the bring-back and the counter-attacks and the end-game push from Zen was unstoppably good.
Yeah, it's just as soon as Raziers' defending stopped working, I think if I were to be critical, he could have gone a bit more aggressive, a little bit faster. He stuck to his game plan for maybe 1 or 2 goals too long, in my opinion. But when you come that close against Zen, it's difficult to criticize. That's sort of me scraping the barrel. And this series is far from over. Anyone who was predicting an easy win for Vitality, they're being proven wrong, Stumpy.
I mean, we sort of did. Behind the scenes, we were just sort of saying, like, this looks like it'll be a 4-0, basically.
Nah, we wouldn't. We'd
never?
You lie. I thought it would be at least 1 game for Monkeys, but it would in the first 3v3.
Yeah, that's fair. Then you thought it would be a big comeback from Zen in the 1v1?
That's what I said.
Yeah, very fair.
We move on to Game 4. This is the third one that we've played. Vitality started with a 1-game head start because they were in the upper bracket. And last time in the 3, Stumpy, Monkeys won out. Can they do it again? Are Vitality warming up too much?
Vitality, I feel, on that first game, they weren't prepared when they faced off against Oxygen. They didn't there were times when they looked like they were just sort of messing around. There were the huge pre-jumps for these shots. Alpha again there for that early goal, and now they are turning it back on versus Monkeys, a team that can really challenge them.
Well, Smokes just a little bit trapped on his own near post there, and Raziers was demoed as well. So Alpha could charge in like an arrow and give Vitality their first lead in these 2v3s.
35 seconds elapsed in Vitality, making sure that they're going to be pushing off this initial kickoff too, but with low boost, Alpha will have to leave. Raziers faking out, but good side flip on the wall means that the possession heads straight back over towards Monkeys. Working out from that back corner is Matane. Potentially beneficial pinch there from Vitality. Goes their way, and Zen to carry. Only 40 boost, and so he leaves the ball towards Redos, and he gets the pass central, nearly the bump too, and you see Vitality swarm.
They're all capable of doing anything mechanically, especially this guy Zen. He gets it towards Alpha. Such a deft touch, and Alpha 54 was already there waiting.
Again, Alpha waiting central from those passes coming in from Zen. It's a tale as old as time, and it's everything that Vitality need to do. They're beating out Monkeys defenders. They're sending it central. They have a player waiting. Usually that's Zen and Alpha combo. This is going to be such a deadly combination for Europe.
The speed of recovery as well, though, from Zen. I mean, would Alpha have committed that heavily as Redosin goes for an edgeable bump and it's saved by Matane? Would Alpha have committed that heavily to pretty much any other player, digging himself out of a corner and getting the perfect pass? Because if that had gone over Alpha, there was an easy counter-attack for Monkeys.
Yeah, that was then going to be a 2, potentially 3-player counter-attack.
Yeah.
For Monkeys versus just Redosin, who is very competent, but that's a hard couple of players to be defending against. I don't know. This team has got so much trust in each other, and it's so refreshing and enjoyable to watch that kind of fluid Rocket League.
Already, as well. Not even played an RLCS match together yet. Looking like they've been together for 4 or 5 seasons. Just seem ahead of everyone else at the moment of the curve, but Monkeys are pushing them. They're pressing them. They're doing their best as Raziers just waits to see what Smokes conjures up. Zen to the ceiling, got to close him quick, Raziers. You've learned that one from the 1v1. And Matane is the recipient. He gets it away. More good defending from Monkeys, but Vitality, I mean, in the first game, we were saying how rarely has the ball been in the Vitality half. Now it's the opposite. It's pretty much been all Vitality until that moment, but where is the Monkeys follow-up?
Nothing for them on that chance, and then Alpha continues to push. You see, as soon as the ball ends up flying a little bit loose in either half, Vitality want to be the first to clean it up. They want to be the players to get to that ball, control the narrative, essentially. Make sure that they are the ones who dictate the pace of play. And under half of the game left, 2.5 minutes going to be ticking down on the clock. Monkeys are goalless in the 4th.
Great touch from Raziers, but Alpha just squeezes it into the pitch. And Redosin can come away. It falls to Zen, goes to Fake.
I'm angry with how good that was. I'm sorry, Cole. You talk.
It's unbelievable.
I'm so angry.
He uses Raziers' nose.
I'm fuming.
To get the bounce. He's forced the bounce.
Something.
Don't punch anything, Stumpy. Just enjoy. Be Zen, if you will.
What in the... What?
That's madness. Now they're coming forward. Now they're pre-jumping. Alpha's got the flip reset. Zen's clearing the path. Smokes gets it to one side. Redosin, surely, mate, you want to get in on the act. Only 12 boosts, but somehow gets a flip reset again. This is what we expected from this first game. Vitality's styling on them. Monkey's struggling to deal with it. Monkey's struggling to get the ball away. Raziers does his best, but Redosin's already back. But now there's a chance to Matane towards Raziers. Maybe a don't save, but maybe that one's going wide anyway. Who cares? All that matters is that it's still 3-0. And I think Stumpy's still having an aneurysm over that Zen goal about 20, 30 seconds ago now.
I've had a doctor check my heart, and he says I'm not fit for broadcast, but you bet I'm carrying on.
Good man.
90 seconds ticking down, and Vitality leading by those 3 goals. Monkeys need something, but Alpha is going to be their roadblock in the way. Matane now trying to progress down the pitch. Stands off versus Zen. Drops low. Redosin able to beat out Raziers on that counter-attack.
I've just got a feeling there's an all-time worldie in the last 70 seconds of this game for Team Vitality. They're bubbling. They're cooking. They believe that something's up for them. All 3 of them just desperate for this ball. Monkeys doing their best to beat them away time after time, but it's not going to keep happening. Maybe now Raziers flips into that one. Zen read that. He knew exactly what was going to happen. And as did Redosin there on the backboard. An air dribble from him. Wants Smokes to come in, which Smokes is all too happy to oblige. Now Matane on the side. Monkeys have done well just to slow this one down and just take the sting out of Vitality's tail.
40 seconds and Vitality. You're right. They've scored a lot less. Alf trying to go for one of those ground doubles. Doesn't manage to do it in the end. The final 30 will tick down a goal every 10 seconds if Monkeys are going to be coming back into this one. But Vitality with full possession. This narrative is in their hands. A fake on the sidewall. Matei now being challenged. Does manage to outmuscle Radosin. His 50s have been fantastic today so far.
Radosin is doing so well to fill in for Alpha and Zen. I'd say he's definitely looking more like the third man than he did in the last split for Vitality. Seems to be enjoying his role. Not too disappointed to have a slightly more defensive job to do in this Vitality team. And when your teammates are scoring goals like the ones they are, you can't say no. Maybe chance for one more attack. Alpha to the wall. It's going to be kept up by Alpha. Razias keeps it up. Good man. Go on, let's see a wonder goal to see us away. Matane prods that one there. And there's no one but Vitality. They do go 3-1 up. Beautiful play from them.
And now a 2v2 on the board. Yet another unbeaten game mode for Vitality. They are a wonderful team, and it's something that I feel a lot of people have wanted to see for a decent while from Vitality. We wanted to see them come back on top with this full French roster, as they have been for a while, but a French roster that is innovating, that brings you back to the days of Fairy Peak and K-Dot being on the squad as well, where they were... Oh, my word, that goal is just...
Look away, you'll get angry again.
There's an element of luck to that, where it does bounce up and over that final defender, yes. But it's still insane that, of course, it's Zen, right?
Zen, who got 1 goal and no shots because the game didn't even realise he was shooting there, let alone the Monkeys' defence. It feels right to have Vitality, to have Team Vitality at the top of the Rocket League tree. I sort of feel like I'm going back to, what, 2020, 2019, pre-RLCSX days, where they were the big, scary, unbeatable.
Oh, bear in mind RLCSX as well, they won the championship. They were the threat with BDS.
They won the championship, but they weren't the best team.
They were also the threat with BDS, I will say.
Also, they were also. Also is a great word for Vitality in the RLCSX days.
Yes, okay,
also,
that's fair.
Yeah.
BDS were S tier, Vitality were A. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, but then BDS just marred their entire image while losing that championship. Anyway, it's not about them. It's about the other Frenchies. And it's a chance here for Vitality to be winning the series 4 games to just the 1.
And it is 2v2. It had to be because 1v1 had already been played. And it's Zen and Alpha versus Razias and Smoke. Stumpy, it's your favorite game mode, 2v2. It's going to be a tight one. Razias has shown and proven, and he alongside Smokes have got some wins that they can deal with the best, but not when they're pre-jumping like that. Alpha to the backboard. Razias had the read.
I say no, but I mean, oh, yes. I want to see more like that. Zen, with a sting in his tail, delivers a deathly blow to the Monkeys. I'm shattered, and that was insane.
You say yes, you mean oui. These guys just loving the game that they're playing. You can imagine the smiles on their faces right now. But not from Monkeys. Monkeys have to sit back and deal with this one. It's already a kickoff win again for Team Vitality. Zed with the flip reset, he can force this angle, but Smokes closes them down fast again. That seems to be the first mission for Monkeys. Make sure that if they're taking to the air, someone is closing them down. And again, to their credit, Monkeys, they're not taking this one passively.
I think Monkeys as well, the way that they won the 3v3 was by doing that full aggression. Full aggress on them, make sure that they can't set anything up. And yes, it's going to be hard to work that round when you've got Zen and Alpha as your 2 opponents, but it is absolutely doable. Alpha, though, onto that left-hand side with only 40 boosts, is going to struggle to get too much from this. Attempts to. Does get the block, and so Razias progresses down the field with no ball, but a teammate send it to him very lightly. Zen goes across to the right-hand side to challenge from the only angle that Smokes could have sent that ball to.
Oh, Razia's lovely play, gets the flip reset, but not quite the power that he needed. Every now and then, a flip reset just completely scoops up and causes some pandemonium for all players. I thought that was going to be the case there. Zen just can't stop scoring. Let's talk about Zen.
Razias does get credited with that one, but my word, Zen's touch is phenomenal. The way that he, despite everything, gets that caliber of own goal. The way that the nose of his Fennec is so perfectly placed that it just finds a goal regardless. He is the future of Rocket League, and he can do no wrong.
Put it in a montage, mate. Black and white montage, the classic for the own goals. Monkeys equalise. Deservedly as well. They have done well so far in this 2v2, but Alpha's got so much time and space. He can slow it down to his own whim and then just smack the ball home.
I like seeing Alpha also head to the ceiling there and then delay it. Razier's and therefore has to stay completely grounded. He can't pre-jump for this, otherwise Alpha goes to the floor and then stays on the floor. He can't then go up for that, otherwise it's going to be either option, right? In the end, he just has to take it down low, and then he's got option to go both low and to go high. He goes high, Razier's jumps late, just wonderfully choreographed by Alpha. And now Alpha again to the sky, Zen to bump with a reset and an open net. The Vitality duo are flying free.
Even there, it's beautiful from Alpha. Look at the angle that he forces with this flip reset. The ball just needed that last little nudge to the side. Zen getting that demo didn't do any harm either. Vitality 3-1 up. Some thrilling goals already scored in the 2v2. This is why we love this game mode. The most unappreciated game mode in Rocket League, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun mix between it's a fun mix between 3s and 1s. It's a lot of what Rocket League, I feel, should be a lot of the time, and Alpha and Zen are proving that point exactly. One flip reset onto that sidewall, Zen to get a low 50 against Razier's. Instead, now it falls down to Smokes. He gets one reset, and Zen rather, getting the weird double, then sending it back over towards Alpha with a one touch and an air draw bump attempt. This Vitality progression continues into this orange half with 2 minutes 30 remaining on the clock. It's going to fall to Razier's on the backboard.
Monkeys straight off the back of a 2v2 win against Ixo and Big Man Golfs. In overtime, it was 2-1 there in their matchup against Oxygen, which, by the way, they won 4-0, did Monkeys, against Oxygen, one of the more hyped teams going into the spring split of the RLCS. Let's get this flip reset. He just tries to slow things down. It was a nice idea. Zen read it, and now Zen can come forward against Razier's. Good challenge from him. The ball goes high. Alpha's saving as much boost as he can. But Razier's is coming in early. Is there going to be a Smokes? Not quite then. But they're starting to just worm their way towards Vitality's half.
Good demo by Zen. Leaves it no chance for an attack to continue for Monkeys. Alpha onto that ceiling, but the pinch actually does go a little bit too far, and so Smokes can collect in the midfield. On the wing, Razier's shies away from that ball, and so this pass is going to go to absolutely nobody central. So Razier's waits on what Zen can do. Now Alpha has a chance to flick it wonderfully towards that net. The 50 goes well in favor of Monkeys, and it slows down that pace just a bit more. 90 seconds remaining, and Smokes to chase Zen in the sky.
Team Vitality now just 1 minute and 25 seconds away from winning $350,000 for a charity of their choice. Monkeys have already guaranteed $250. Both teams will be making it to Gamers 8. They'll be there in Saudi Arabia. They will love another crown, another feather in their cap is what Vitality are after, and Monkeys are trying to stop that happening, trying to steal it from them. Razier's with the dish, not quite got the angle. They're continuing to prod Vitality. Receive a nice little half flip. Zen up against Smokes, then goes underneath Smokes. And the pinch, I was about to say, didn't quite work out, but he still gets a clean touch into the center. Can he turn it into a goal? Not quite this time. Razier's gets the save.
Under a minute left, and Monkeys are chasing. They need 2 goals just to take it to overtime. Otherwise, Vitality are going to be taking the entire tournament and giving their chosen charity a huge hunk of dollary dues. 40 seconds. Razier's on that defense, tries to flick it over the top of Alpha. Alpha now receiving the pass from Zen in the corner. 100 boost. He's got a lot of ambition here to go past that halfway line, but does lose the ball. Now Smokes taking an easy shot on target. Zen's tip it over the top. Cleverly leaves it away from that net, but then the pass down from Razier's to Smokes. It's now only a 1-goal lead, and Vitality are threatened.
There's barely any time left, but the composure was tip-top there from Monkeys. Razier's of the pass makes the perfect choice. Brilliant. And Smokes smashes it in. This is an abundance of time in the 2v2 game mode. Monkeys pushing Team Vitality all the way. They are the team who've done the most against them, and they've done a pretty effective fake kickoff. There's bumps going on. Alpha's out the game. Smokes the real chance. He fakes it, but he hits the post. And his pass Razier's as well. Maybe one more opportunity. He has to get this challenge down. Alpha just sends it high. Zen pushes it towards Smokes. Can he keep this one up? There's a psycho into the center. Razier's shoots, but it's going to be too short, too low. Oh, it was so near yet so far for Monkeys. But Team Vitality, 350 grand is theirs to give to charity.
Unbelievable at the end. Oh, I had my head in my hands, Cole. Just, I felt like that could have been it. It was a well-placed, if not just wide shot on the net from Razier's. It was a